Hey guys, it's me, Shamika. I'm back to do another video and we're going to make creamy baked macaroni and cheese. In my cup, I have 4 cups of milk. I'm using 2 cups of heavy cream and 2 cups of evaporated milk. Adding that to my saucepan that is cooking on number 5, which is about medium. And guys, if you like the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. To that milk, I'm going to add 8 ounces of cubed Velveeta cheese. And remember guys, the Velveeta cheese is not for the taste, it's more for the creaminess. I'm going to also add 8 ounces of room temperature cream cheese. And remember what I said on my cheesecake video, your ingredients being room temperature helps it to cook better, especially if it's thick and you have to mix it. Helps to make it smoother, creamier. And off to the side here on my cutting board, I have 1 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese, 1 cup of mild cheddar cheese, 1 cup of sharp cheddar cheese, a 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, 1 cup of Italian blend, which I think has about 5 to 7 cheeses within itself. And then I also have for seasonings 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, which is really just for color, so that is optional. Next, before this part, I did melt down my Velveeta cheese and cream cheese, but we're going to go ahead and boil the noodles. I always add oil to help keep the noodles from sticking together, and then I add salt to my water. And that's about a full teaspoon of salt that I added. However, you can add more, especially if you're cooking more noodles. The noodles that I have today on this video is just 1 box of the elbow macaroni, which is about 1 pound. So you want to cook it al dente, because remember, you are still heating it with the hot cheese, and also you will be baking it. We don't want mushy noodles at the end result. So now we have the melted Velveeta and cream cheese and the milk mixture. It makes a really good sauce. We're going to add 8 ounces of sour cream. This helps to give it that little tart taste. Or not tart, but you know, that real cheese flavor. And it actually helps to make it creamy as well. And keep in mind, guys, yes, I use a lot of different cheeses, but you can really use mozzarella and a sharp cheddar, and that's it. I just like to mix the flavors. But one of the key stars is that Velveeta cheese for the creaminess of the macaroni. And you're going to see how creamy it is afterwards. You don't have to make any roux or anything like that, which consists flour. So now I'm just going to fold that down. And at this point, my stove is on low, which not very low, but maybe like a 3 or 4, just enough to keep the cheese warm and to also continue to melt down the sour cream. Now I'm going to add those cheeses and the seasoning, your black pepper, your ground mustard, your salt, your paprika. And you can also at this point go ahead and turn the stove off if you would like, because the cheese sauce is hot enough to continue to melt the shredded cheeses that we're adding. So I'm going to add my noodles to a greased baked aluminum pan. This was for a client, but obviously you can put yours in a cute little baking dish or casserole dish. We're going to bake this at 350 covered. I usually cover my macaroni with aluminum foil that has been sprayed with a cooking spray, just to help the aluminum foil not to stick to the cheese sauce, because I will stir my macaroni one time in the oven. I usually bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes on 350. At the 15 to 20 minute mark is when I stir the macaroni and cheese, just to make sure everything is evenly distributed and that cheese is really melting. And then I will go ahead and add my reserved shredded cheese on top and uncover and bake for another 10, maybe 15 minutes or so to make your full 30 or 35 minutes. And gives you can leave it in there until your desired brownness of your cheese. This macaroni and cheese is definitely a hit every time. And it's really simple. Like I said, you can adjust the amount of cheese or the types of cheese, but you definitely need the Velveeta and the sour cream, in my opinion, and a fatty milk. And if I did not mention at this point, I'm going to add 3 heaping tablespoons of butter. Mine is salted, but you can use salted or non-salted butter. We've only added half a teaspoon of actual salt in this dish. And of course, you can adjust it to your liking. Even with the black pepper, with the 1 teaspoon, I feel it's enough for this size. It's a half a pan that I'm doing, but you can obviously add more or less, and you can also use white pepper as well. So I'm just going to stir this around a little bit to melt down the butter. And then I'm going to add my cheese sauce, fold my macaroni noodles into it, and we're going to bake off in the oven, as I said, at 350 for about 30 to 35 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes of that covered with aluminum foil. Take the foil off at that time, stir it, add your reserved shredded cheese of your choice, and bake until your desired brownness or goldness. So guys, I definitely enjoyed doing this video for you guys. And once again, like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for my next video. And see, it's smooth and creamy, but yet it still has a few little lumps, but that's why we stir it as well when it goes into the oven, just to make sure that it's completely breaking up. And if you do a smaller dish than this half pan of macaroni, then do about 2.5 cups of milk. Look at it, you guys. Liquid gold, baby. Just fold it in gently. Thanks for watching.